The Rockets on their way to the locker room, looking to deliver a big win for the home crowd tonight. So happy to have you here for a midweek edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This should be an intriguing contest. Hi everyone, here with analysts Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. I'm Brian Anderson, Allie LaForce, our reporter. So let's take a look at the starters for the Philadelphia 76ers. We've got Kelly Oubre. Joel Embiid is out there with George. Then it's Maxey, and it's Grimes in at the 2. And for Houston, Van Vliet and Green, they're manning the backcourt. Thompson out there with Dylan Brooks. And it's Şengün in at the 5 spot. And Clark, for these two teams, a lot of their action runs through the front court.
You're exactly right, B.A., and I think that's where the game's going to ultimately be decided. I mean, we have to see which set of these bigs is going to impose their will, not just offensively, but defensively, too.
Knocks down the triple.
Green getting very aggressive on the perimeter, and really good concentration as he focused on his shot.
And Maxey, here we go. Soft touch off the glass.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
To the middle. Here's Şengün. Rebound by the 76ers.
Well, you know, this is what happens. You can't afford to lose concentration even for a nanosecond.
And Oubre gets it to go. The Rockets on offense. Here's Şengün. And Houston, another 3.
For all his inside the three-point line prowess, Şengün can still get it done outside.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
A bit ago, Ime Udoka and I were able to chat. I talked to him about Joel Embiid, and Coach told me Embiid does have us worried. He's just so physical out there, but we're going to be physical right back and get in his face when we can, so they'll be trying to challenge the big man all night.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie.
He was gripping the rock on the weight of the slam.
No way he was going to get stripped on that one.
Better safe than sorry, right?
And Clark, this last summer, former Sixer Doug Collins inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well-deserved honor for Doug. I mean, he's Philly's former #1 overall pick back in 1973, and he played almost a decade there for the Sixers. Also coached the Sixers, among many other teams that he had a chance to coach in the NBA, but clearly an NBA lifer and one of the best guys that's part of the NBA fraternity.
Now here's Maxey, and they come right back with their own three-pointer. Maxey's got 7 points in the game.
Tell you what, he's 3 or 4 now. Looks like his game's on offensively.
Three-pointer, Van Vliet, and Houston, another 3.
He was determined to get those points back. You could just see the competitiveness of Van Vliet there.
Here's Maxey. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Boy, the defense got lucky there with him missing it, but they don't want to chance that again.
And here's Thompson for 3. And Grimes pulls it down. The 76ers have gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. And here's Oubre from the arc. Rockets with a rebound. Van Vliet with it. Guarded now by Maxey. On the wing, Green from downtown. Counted from distance. Green's got his second basket of the game.
Green lethal off the catch. Good rhythm on that play.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Houston making some changes. Adams checked in for Alperen Şengün. Smith comes in for Brooks. And Eason subbed in for Thompson. '76ers trail by 8. Pass to George. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Grimes. Green covering.
Really good to see Green engaged defensively.
Thompson, he's checked in for Fred VanVleet.
For your Rockets, number 1, Amen Thompson.
So it's Philadelphia now. 8-point game. Here's Embiid. Embiid drawing the double team. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. Clark, one of the league's premier scorers. Embiid does a lot of damage in the mid-range.
I tell you, for a guy as big as he is, I just marvel at his touch, his footwork, and the fact that he scores at all 3 levels. He scores at the rim, mid-range, he's dangerous, and then the three-point shot is one that he can knock down with decent regularity. So at his size, most would like to see him attack the rim more, but I still marvel at his versatility as a scorer. Clearly an MVP caliber talent now. Embiid continues to impress with his versatility on both ends. A man that big shouldn't be able to do the stuff that he does with the ball.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. What a 22-23 season it was for Joel Embiid. Named MVP with the Sixers, Clark.
Yeah, and that was Philly's first MVP since the answer. Allen Iverson back in 2001. Embiid led the league in scoring at over 33 a game on 55% shooting from the floor. Remarkable. Nobody could stop him. He was virtually unguardable.
And so here is Philadelphia. The Rockets getting their last shot to go. Embiid, high post. Kicks it to George. 6 to shoot. And here's Oubre from the arc. Philadelphia with another miss. And here's Houston. They're on a 16-7 run. Pass to Smith. Here's Easton. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Inside, here's Oubre, and he dunks it down.
An incredible athlete. Kelly Oubre Jr. looks to throw it down.
There's the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, capturing the moment. Houston leading by 6.
In the first 2 minutes.
Here's Green. Here's Smith. And that comes off the assist by Green.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flowing rhythm to their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
When you have an MVP talent in his prime, the focus has to be on winning the title. The Sixers' Joel Embiid said, quote, "The only thing I care about is winning." That takes a lot, and everybody has to contribute. I'm always going to believe in myself. I love the guys that we have. We are going to go and fight every single night.
Great perspective there. Thanks, Allie.
You know you're doing something right when you find yourself up double digits in the first period.
They're doing everything right. How about that? I mean, this could turn into a blowout very quickly.
Now here's Maxey. 9 points in the game. George outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Deflected!
You can tell Smith really relishes being a force on defense. Blocks like that will help him anchor himself at that end of the floor.
And the three-pointer goes. Smith's got his second bucket on the night.
An excellent perimeter offense so far. Their shooters are clearly in a great rhythm.
It really makes them a hard team to guard because they space you out so well.
Here's Grimes. In his last outing, 8 points for him. Here's Maxey. Nice D from Thompson. The Rockets lead by 13. Pass to Green. Thompson outside. Here's Easton. Oh, an amazing finish with a hand right in his face.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Grimes, the pass to Oubre. Here's Embiid. Looking to end the run. Oh, Adams with the block. The first quarter concludes, and a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. It's Houston up by 15, and the second quarter is on its way when we return. Welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play. This one has been one-sided so far. And for the Rockets here, they've really been putting on a show.
It's simple. When you can protect the rim the way they have, it's a big advantage.
Yeah, you know, you have a guy in there blocking a bunch of shots or multiple players blocking shots. It causes the offense to think twice when they go up for shots in there.
And here's Butler. So on the floor for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. They've got Joel Embiid. Butler out there with Edwards. And it's McCain in at the 2 spot. Now here's Butler. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Şengün. After years of finishing at the bottom of the West, things are looking up for the Rockets, Clark.
You know, B.A., they've done a really good job of drafting and developing players. That combination can allow you to move forward. And along with signing complementary veterans, that adds to the mix as well. And they've done a nice job. And they've got future draft capital, too. So the Rockets are certainly on the rise.
Now here's Embiid. Ooh, good work defensively by Adams.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Here's Butler after the basket by Houston. Here's Yabusele for 3. Adams grabs the miss. Pass to Şengün. Basket counts. Şengün's got 8.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. And some changes here for the 76ers. Paul George, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Grimes in for Butler.
The 76ers, Paul George, Quentin Grimes.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. George, good.
Yeah, just a drop in the bucket for PG-13. He will roast you from the corners if you let him.
Yep, that one's good. And the Rockets lead by 21.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
George outside. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron. George has got 5 points now this quarter. For NBA fans, early season games are so entertaining to watch, Grant. What's your favorite part of the early goings?
You know, B.A., take your pick. Rookie development, team chemistry building. Plus, you wait all off season to see how your team measures up. And now, we get to find out.
76ers trail by 21. Pass to Grimes. Here's McCain. No points so far. This one for 3. Thompson pulls it in.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. No one near him. And he can't get that one. And here's Green from the arc. Pure from three-point range. Green's got 9.
Green stopping on a dime and putting up his shot. Boy, that was impressive how suddenly he did that.
Three-pointer Embiid knocks it down from
Joel
distance.
Embiid.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Adams, shot's good.
Yeah, this is where Adams looks to score, especially when he has a matchup he likes.
Pass to Embiid. Over Adams. Embiid misses.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
And the basket is good. He got it to go, and he took the bump. So a free throw coming up. An opportunity at a three-point play.
Joel Embiid.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Houston?
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
And another thing, they've been on the attack tonight, going right at defenders with the ball in their hands early.
That free throw good from Şengün. Clark, the Sixers have been at least 10 games over 500 for 7 straight seasons now.
Yeah, and that's great to see after, what was it called? The process that took them all the way to the very depths of the league to finally build themselves back into a consistent playoff team. And their fans certainly deserve good times for struggling through all of those bad times several years ago.
Now here's Maxey. 11 points in the game.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
Here's Thompson, and it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And you know, with his free throw percentage being where it was last season, it changed the way teams defended him. I mean, there were no easy baskets. He was going to get fouled anytime he got near the rim. They were going to make him earn his points at the line.
Drummond's checked in for Philadelphia. That free throw is good from Thompson. The Rockets went from 22 to 41 wins last year, finishing right at 500, Clark.
Great progress by Houston. Just missed the play-in in the West. They would have easily made that same play-in tournament in the East. A huge step forward for the Rockets, no doubt. And I think it's a team that can sustain that trajectory.
And they did a great job of protecting the ball. Second fewest in turnovers. That's tough to accomplish in today's fast-paced style.
And last year, the #1 ranking in steals just illustrated the level of effort that they put in on D. 1:35 left to play in the first half of basketball. For three, Maxey. He's got it going on. Now 7 for 10.
Hey, we've seen Maxey take the big jump. Now he's one of the game's best scorers.
Here's Van Vliet. The shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Van Vliet's got 5.
Just continuing to pile it on, refusing to let up.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
So it's Philadelphia now, following the score by Houston.
The rebounding numbers make it obvious why they're in front.
And you know what? That tells the story in a lot of games, guys. And here you go. It's telling the story tonight, too. Tell you what, he has been feeling it, guys. And the best game plan right now, it's elementary. Just keep feeding him. Let him eat.
And it's Maxey missing. Houston has gone 3 of 4 from outside so far in the second quarter. Fires in the triple. 12 points for him.
Now he's drained 2 threes in each quarter so far.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. To halt the run, it's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 4 rebounds now. And it's Thompson penetrating. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
That's unreal. I mean, Thompson, that boy's going to hit his head on the rim one day.
Oh, George, no good.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
And you know, you got to be careful, because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Amen Thompson. He is feeling it tonight, and he's been the driving force for the Rockets. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
I'm here with Nick Nurse, and Coach, I saw you imploring your team to pick it up. Where do you need to be better in the second half?
Well, we're not very good offensively right now. I think we're taking some okay shots, but we got to be a little bit more patient and keep moving it around a little bit. Need multiple paint touches rather than just one. So we just got to do a little bit better job of getting off it and relocating a little bit.
Patience is a virtue. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be back soon to start the second half of basketball.
Hey everybody, it's halftime. Boy, it's been a rough go so far for the Philadelphia 76ers.
They're getting steamrolled, giving up too many points in the paint.
And it's just not the rim protection. You have to stay in front of all ball handlers, or you'll get broken down and eaten alive.
Taking a closer look at the first half matchups, these two guys have led the way for their teams.
Their teams have leaned on them, and they've been rock solid. Actually, more than that, they've been the catalyst.
Leading by example. We're seeing it firsthand. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Ryan Anderson.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it's been a runaway. Well, you got to like what we're seeing from Amin Thompson.
Slicing up the defense, living in the lane. Terrific first half for him.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for Philadelphia. Van Fleet and Green, they're manning the backcourt. Dylan Brooks is out there with Amin Thompson. And it's Şengün in at the 5, roaming the paint. And that's the group for Ime Udoka as we begin the second half. And you watch Tyrese Maxey, Clark. He's so good at creating offense.
Yeah, he can get that thing rack to rack and downhill in a heartbeat, BA. In the break and in the pick and roll, he puts tons of pressure on the defense because he's so quick. And he knows how to use angles, too. And he can shoot it from deep, so
Take a break.
he's got the full package.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, Clark, as we know, player comparison is a popular exercise among fans and analysts alike.
Yeah, I've never really ascribed to that, but in this day and age, I think it's even more unfair to do so because the game has changed tremendously. I mean, three-point attempts and scoring averages are way north, in large part because of the pace of play. So the game has changed, and that means when you're comparing players, it's a little harder to do in a fair manner. Paul George, one of the most versatile and dynamic players in the league. I mean, he does a lot for his team offensively and defensively, which I think frees up the other guys to do their thing.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
Alperen Şengün.
And he drops the first. The NBA becoming more and more global, Clark. Şengün, a perfect example of that.
Yeah, Alperen Şengün out of Turkey. Right now on the fast track to being the best player to ever come out of his homeland. So still very young, but boy, his future is quite bright.
Both free throws good from Şengün. Since being selected in the 21 draft, Alperen Şengün has really improved.
Yeah, from 9 points per game as a rookie to over 20 in his third year, Şengün has averaged about 5 assists per game over a season. A huge number for a 6'11" post guy. He is so skilled.
Another hoop for Şengün. can't stop it. He's got a different kind of game, and I think it's really hard for defenders to deal with him.
Now here's Embiid. 5 points in the game.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Outside Maxey. Oubre, a screen on Van Vliet. For three, Maxey. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Green. Again, Houston.
You know, with his quickness, he's already good at creating separation for his shot. And we know he doesn't need much room to get his shot off either.
Now here's Oubre. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. That one on Şengün.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. You got to play without foul.
And that one falls for Oubre. Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
And so Oubre nails them both. And Grant, you look at the Rockets' additions over the last year or two, there's an emphasis on toughness. Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too. High-value assist there, finding him inside for the finish. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Paul George spent some time talking about his idol. He said, the person who motivated me as a kid was Kobe Bryant. Growing up in Southern California, watching him every day, I wanted to emulate him. I attacked the game the same way he did, trying to work on every deficiency, play both ends, and be a competitor.
His impact lives on, Allie. Landale's checked in for Houston. George against Smith. From the wing, 2 points. That one goes. George has got 9 points.
Yeah, nice vision that time displayed by George off the screen and roll.
To the inside, Eason. It's Eason with the jam.
Nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. For three, Maxey. It's hauled in by Landale.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
Maxey, that's good.
He's hit a pair of threes each half, making a significant impact.
On the wing, Green. It's stolen by Maxey. Fast break, Philadelphia. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Well, Maxey has proven he's got a good eye out on the floor. He'll spot those gaps in a minute.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. They get the rebound. Outside for Green. And Houston, another three.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Now here's Maxey. He's got 24. Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Thompson's vertical is impressive. I love seeing this young guard rise up and throw it down.
2 minutes remaining.
Philadelphia has gone 2 of 6 from downtown here in the second half. Embiid from outside. Thompson pulls it in.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Down low, Landale. Rebound by Philadelphia. Embiid's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Grimes. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Grimes has gotten 4 this quarter.
Got his man all tangled up. I mean, serious crossover.
Thompson's shot is off. For Philadelphia, they've gotten 6 of their first 12 shots to drop in this third. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Oubre's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
That's the way to do it. Oubre using his length inside to his advantage.
To the middle. Here's Smith. And that comes off the assist by Green. Green's got his 4th assist with that last one.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
Thompson passes to Smith. Takes a 3. And Thompson gets a 3. Thompson's got 26.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Pass to George. Back to Maxey. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by Houston. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. To the paint. Here's Eason. Shoots over Oubre. That's good from Eason. On the assist by Smith. Eason's got 8.
I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
Outside Maxey. Pass to Grimes. George with it. Embiid inside. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And as we conclude the third, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. The Rockets on top, running away with it. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. Stay with us. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Butler. Joel Embiid is out there with Edwards. And it's Yabusele in at the 4 slot. Now here's Butler. Lays it up and banks it in. Butler's got his first points of the game.
This dude is capable of some memorable moves. He's showing off and having a little fun.
Pass to Landale. And it's Houston scoring again.
Yeah, the question was Shepherd. Can he facilitate enough? And that's a good sign for the rookie.
Here's McCain. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Landale. Left side, Whitmore. Lets it fly. Again, Houston.
And Shepherd is an unselfish guard. He's fantastic at moving the ball and setting up his teammates.
Butler into the lane. And it's Butler with the jam.
B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Now here's Butler. Tipped. And a little over a minute and a half gone by in the 4th. And that one drops. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for Houston.
They've been so aggressive getting out on shooters all game long. Nothing's getting past this defense, and that, to me, has been impressive.
And also, attacking in transition has been working for them. I mean, credit them for running the break well and being opportunistic.
Here's Whitmore, following the score by Philadelphia. Drills it from deep.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
Yeah, and they either have been unwilling or unable to take that shot away.
And you see player training methods, Grant, a lot more than just running and getting shots up.
And you know, B.A., what interests me, players not just training their bodies better than ever, but also their minds. They're working on hand-eye coordination drills and just all kinds of stuff to enhance their reflexes.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. And the Rockets going with a whole new group out there. Grimes, he's checked in for Philadelphia. And he sinks the second.
Staring at this deficit, they're trying to be more aggressive and get themselves to the line.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line.
Taking it right at the rack. I mean, that defense is looking real frustrated.
Well, they should be. I mean, it has not been a good performance for them at that end of the floor.
If the defender is giving them that much space, the points are inevitable.
Pass to Tate. And Clark, we're seeing greater parity league-wide, but there's still those teams wandering the wilderness.
Yeah, and some of that is due to teams failing to draft well. You've got to be a little lucky, but you also have to be good in your draft selections. And it's not enough to have a high pick. It's really what you do with whatever picks you have in getting it right.
Now here's Tate. To the inside, Şengün, and count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. Houston making some changes. Dylan Brooks comes in for Tate, and it's Amen Thompson in for Williams. And Philadelphia making a change here.
At the line for one, Alperen Şengün.
Tell you what, Alperen Şengün is a big with the modern-day game. He scores in bunches inside, but he also can pass it and shoot it from the perimeter, too.
He continues to let it fly, but the makes have been few and far between.
Three-pointer, Brooks. It's hauled in by the Sixers. George outside. The shot off that time. Good work defensively by Brooks. Lets it go from deep. Sinks the tray.
And their strategy is obvious. Manufacture looks from outside the arc.
You know, that's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
It hasn't been all bad shots for him, but you wouldn't know that looking at his percentage from the field.
And the basket by Van Vliet.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Looks to me like there could be something personal taking place here.
Green for three. Puts up a three. Ooh, now 7 for 9 after that make.
No wasted motion or hesitation there. Green ready to shoot as soon as he caught it.
And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. For three. And Philadelphia hits again from deep.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets three, you fire three of your own. Boom.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Rockets.
Man, the bench brought lots of energy tonight.
I'll tell you, when your reserves can score it like that, it puts your team in a great position to win.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And they've had no trouble finding the win against this squad. They'll wrap up the season series with a clean 3-0 sweep.
Well, once they'd taken the first two from them, you could just sense how this one was going to go.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Amen Thompson.
A quality offensive outing. When you get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball.
Philadelphia's gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. George for three. No good. He's shooting 5 for 12 so far. Inside, here's Green, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
At the line, shooting
Clark, what catches your eye about Jalen Green at a fundamental level?
Well, it starts with his pure explosiveness. That just jumps out at anybody because he's jumping over everybody, okay? The way he can get up and down the floor and hang and lift, and that's what stands out, his athleticism. And he's actually rounding off some of the rough edges in his game that makes him kind of scary as we go forward.
George outside. For three, Maxey. It's rebounded by Şengün. Here's Van Vliet. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And so it's the Rockets taking care of business in this one. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort, and they were just dominant out there.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching. And now, time for our player of the game, Amen Thompson.